Magandang araw sa inyo mga chilyonaryo, and in this video, ang pag-uusapan natin, is it really possible for you to make more money while working less? Let's go! Alright, now let's talk about that. Posible pa talaga that you work less but you make more? Is that something, another form of laziness or scam, okay? Disclaimer lang, I am not those person who are advocating laziness. What I'm really talking about here, what I'm about to share with you guys, is how to work smart rather than work hard. Okay? And 3 words that I would like you to remember. Highest best use. Meaning, ask yourself, what is the highest and best use of my time, of my energy, and my resources? And do not worry, I'm gonna give you more example and details and illustration in this video. But that is the thing that you need to understand if you wanna work less and make more and have this chilyonaryo lifestyle. You have to think about the highest, best use of your time, energy, talent, skills, resources, and so on and so forth. So, here's the problem. For many na wala namang background sa entrepreneurship, katulad ko po, nung nagsimula po ako sa negosyo, wala rin po kong alam sa pagninegosyo. Mga magulang ko po, hindi po negosyante, hindi mayaman, wala po akong kaibigan na negosyante or lalo na successful na entrepreneur. So there are a lot of mindset change, shift that has to happen for me to have or reach a certain level of success. The first step was actually quitting my job. So I have to study what is going on dahil hindi rin po naging madali sa akin because as I have said, there are a lot of mind conditioning na nangyari po sa loob ng eskwelahan and also in the corporate world. If you think about this, yung students, kung titingnan mo, the way we act and behave as a student, isang estudyante, is pretty much the same if you want to become an employee. So just think about this, ang eskwelahan po natin is just like that is a manufacturing company ng mga empleyado. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, hindi ka tutugma dun sa mold ng estudyante and empleyado. You have to think and behave differently. So, let's go back to what I'm talking about, yung 3 words, highest, best use. Okay? Alin ba yung highest and best use of your time? The challenge for the corporate world is number 1, kung ikaw po ay isang empleyado, right? You join a certain company and they're gonna give you instructions on what you're gonna do, say 8 to 5 na trabaho mo or Monday to Friday. And that's it. We're gonna ask you, let's just say, ang trabaho mo, mag-print or sumagot ng telephone or mag-computer programming, that is your job, period. So, whenever we join a certain company, lalo na pag medyo bata ka pa, you really cannot do anything about it. Ibig sabihin, when you join a certain company, you just obey, even if things are not efficient. So, maraming inefficiency sa employment world. So, if you are one of those people na empleyado ka, but you have to report in the office, kahit na wala ka namang ginagawa, you know what I'm trying to say. Okay? That is inefficiency. Dahil binayaran ka to be present. Not necessarily binayaran ka to get results. There are some exceptions, but generally, ang empleyado gano'n. Binayaran ka mostly with your presence. Kung kinakailangan ka naming utusan, you should be there. You should be present instead of results. So there are a lot of inefficiencies, kaya hindi na pag-uusapan yung highest best use of time ng any employee. The second is change. Again, if you work for a large corporation, look, we all hate change. And probably nasubukan mo na yan. You try to lose weight. Nung umpisa, go. Nag-workout ka regularly, you're really strictly on a diet, and then, a few weeks after, you're back to your old self. And worse, lalo ka pang bumigat. So again, what is the problem? Is change. We hate change. So, particularly if you're working in large corporations, meron na silang mga sabi nating culture. Meron na silang procedure, right? Or yung mga standard operating procedure. Kahit na yung SOP nila na yun was created back in the 80s pa, eto na yung kinagawian namin eh. This is how we should do things. Kahit na again, inefficient. So again, they are not talking about the highest best use. And because of that, the highest best use of your time, energy, talent, and skills, you keep working harder and harder, but yet yung income mo is the same thing. Parang the only way for you to make more money is to work harder, to work longer. And again, dahil nga po ganitong sistema, in many corporations, even your boss are probably working na hindi naman yung highest best use of your time. Because if you're really gonna sit down and think about this, kung bakit ka ba binayaran ng kumpanya mo o pinasasahod ka, there are only a few, a small, maybe 20% of your work na yun talaga ka binayaran. So for example, computer programmer ka, then maybe yung 20%, yung highest best use mo is really write program. So hindi yung mga meetings here, meetings there, and all other stuff na nakaka-istorbo lang dun sa highest best use of your time. Now, kung gusto mo maging successful in business, actually in anything in life, you must have to sit down and think, what is the highest best use of my time, skills, and energy? Now, there are two things. Okay, number one, if you have an existing business, this should be much easier for you to figure out. So, kung meron kang isang negosyo, all you have to do is just sit down and, let's say, review mo yung sales mo in the last 12 months or even in the last 6 months. And then think, saan kaya mostly nanggagaling yung benta ko? So ano kaya yung produkto that gives me the most profits? Again, you won't know these things unless you think. Kaya sabi ni Henry Ford, yung quote niya, sabi niya that thinking is the hardest work there is. That's probably why only few people engage in it. You have to sit down and think about what is the highest best use of your time. So for example, sa negosyo ko po, ganun din po. I try to resist tasks that I don't feel the highest best use of my time, because really, the highest best use of my time is growing any strategy, creating new products and program, teaching, and of course, working on our marketing and selling, and that's it. The rest is not the highest best use of my time. So, I'm gonna go to my whiteboard and let's just say you are a real estate agent na nagbebenta ka ng condominium and properties. How do you find out kung ano yung highest best use of your time? Let's go. Okay, now let's talk about, give an example for say you're a real estate agent, right? So you're the one who's selling, say, condominiums or properties from, big names and big, sabihin na natin, big developers, right? So let's just say you are one of those people na you know them, right? You see them in the mall. So for example, let's just call them a real estate agent. Okay, real estate agent. So as a real estate agent, of course, really you are a salesperson. That's all it is. Okay, you're there to help people to make the right decision with regards to buying a condominium or investments, right? So now there could be a few things that you are doing in your business to get clients and to get customers, right? So you can write it down. So for example, it's like say a flyer, right? So that is one thing that you do. Punta ka sa mall or somewhere else in a public place, you give away flyers, right? The second, it could be, say, Facebook ads or Facebook. Okay, so one of the things also that you do is you go to different groups or reach out to potentially a possible prospect that might be willing or say interested rather to invest into a certain properties. Okay, that's what you do. And then, or you can say, sabihin natin events, right? Or meetups, right? So that is one thing that you do is you go to different places or rather different events where you can potentially find a prospect. So all you have to do is just list down all the things that you normally do, right? Just think back in the last 6 months or in the last 1 year, 12 months, saan ba nanggaling yung most of the money that you made, right? So list it down in here, right? More or less, it should give you a number. So for example, ang income mo or rather ang sales mo for the entire 12 months is say 1 million pesos, right? So when you list it down and then you look back, okay, saan ba nanggaling itong client na to? So for example, sabi mo na based on your review of your sales, say Facebook is 500,000. And then, sa flyers mo, let's just say kumita ka rito ng 100,000. Okay, meaning commission from people, client or customers na kumuha sila ng flyers mo. You give it away, nakita mo sila sa mall, na-meet mo sila, and that's where you meet them and become a client, right? And then from there, na-develop na siya, bumili ng condominium from you and all. So, base sa study mo, 100,000. Sa Facebook, you're reaching out different groups, or maybe you have a Facebook page and all, 500,000. And then sa event, is just say, sabihin mo nang dito is 400,000. The numbers should show up like this. And the more that you like different sources of customers and client, you will notice na it will never ever be the same amount. If you will be really honest with yourself and sit down, then this is where the highest and best use of your time and energy and resources comes in. Based dito, which do you think you should be spending more of your time? So for example, again, this is just a scenario. And from here, we'd realize na Facebook, right? You should be spending here yung highest and best use of your time and resources. So, if you say, in a day, let's just sabihin na natin 8 hours, and you spend 80% of your time giving away flyers, then that is not the highest and best use of the time. This is where working more is not necessarily you're gonna make more. In fact, you could work less, cut down mo yan, sabihin mo na lang 10%, and spend more time on Facebook, spend more 8% in here maybe, or sabihin na natin 70% here, you spend 20% of your time here, and then just 10% in here. So, you work less, but you make more. Again, HBU, highest or best use of your time. Where is the highest and best use of your resources? Okay? Alright, so that is just a simple illustration if you are a real estate agent. If you have an e-commerce business, meaning you sell a physical product, okay, online, whatever, it could be a case on cell phone, could be coffee, it could be hat, right? You can also check the sales, particularly the profit of your business. Kasi maaring malakas nga yung benta ng isang produkto, but profit-wise, you not make that much. But this one, you only have a few sales, but you have to make the most profits. So it is just common sense that you should be spending the highest and best use of your time, of your energy, of your talent and skills, pushing this product. Again, this requires thinking and this requires change. So the question is it really possible for you to make more while work less? Absolutely. You just have to figure out ano yung highest best use of your time, apply it mo yun sa negosyo mo. Saan ba talaga nang gagaling? Basically, yun lang naman yun eh. If you are an entrepreneur, that is something that you need to ask. Saan ba talaga nang gagaling most of my income? And you sit down and it will tell you revealing information. Okay, again, you be honest to yourself. Because minsan may mga tasks na I really want to do this. But if it's not making you that much money, then you have to learn to give up or accept the fact na hindi na lalaki ang kita mo. That is again my advice for an entrepreneur, even if you're a salesman or if you're a life insurance agent. Again, pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, you can actually apply this in different things. So, now, let's go back. Paano naman, Sir Jon? If I'm just starting a business, okay, wala pa pong record ng sales, profit ng business ko, or sabihin na natin, may idea ka pa lang. Okay, business idea or what would be the best use of my time. Then, my bet is this, is use 80% of your time in marketing and selling. Because our brain is very tricky yan eh. Let's just say, in a certain project, diba, minsan maraming task that you can do. Minsan, just to feel good about that we are accomplishing something but really we're not, is we try to do other things just to feel that we are productive, but really that is not the highest best use of your time. So again, if you are just starting in this business, my advice is focus on marketing and selling your product. And now with all the technology and the internet, then what I suggest is to create any educational content, whether text or video like this one, or it could be a podcast that will educate your prospects to whatever product or services that you are selling. Okay? So, sana may natutunan ka ngayon. Again, thank you for watching. Again, remember just 3 words. Highest, best use. Okay? Again, maraming salamat. Wait, before you go, do not forget to click that red subscribe button below. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching.